But something that is a sure thing is the 2025 SEC schedule. So that got announced last week, and we know who we're playing, of course, but 2026, that's going to be a different story. We don't know what conference set. We won't know what the conference setup for 2026 and beyond is until I would say late May. That's when the spring meetings are there. So we won't know if we got 9 games or still sticking with the 8-game schedule. I'm just like, as long as we can be able to have the really good non-con games, we're good. And as long as we have like Auburn, Tennessee, that's fine by me. But we got Georgia, which I got a feeling that's going to be on ABC. Vanderbilt, that's going to be a fun one. We got revenge on our minds. And we got Missouri. We got to go to Missouri. We got Tennessee on Thursday night. Well, the SEC schedule makers got something right. They actually have been putting it on the actual third Saturday in October, because there was like a few years where they were putting it on the fourth Saturday in October. But that's not smart. Then we got to go to South Carolina. And we got LSU and Oklahoma coming to our backyards in November. And we got to go to Auburn. We usually don't do so well at Auburn, but anything can happen in the world of college football. How you feeling about the 2025 schedule? Like, what's something you like and you don't like about the SEC schedule?
I have no idea the dynamics, the algorithms, whatever, how they puke this little thing out, because some teams get, I'll go back to Indiana and where we are now, that kind of stuff, and can skirt whatever and be rewarded into the playoffs and that kind of stuff. And so I'm sitting here watching the SEC and I'm looking at these schedules, and I've looked at it, pretty much all of them, that kind of stuff. And I don't know whatever they type in to create the algorithm and how it's puked out and that kind of stuff. But I don't think, and that's where you get into strength of schedule. And so then you look at the SEC schedule, then you look at the national schedule, that kind of stuff, and then the NCAA, the committee did not honor strength schedule. So I know I'm just blathering right now, but I don't trust it, Jack. I don't trust it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't think it's fair. I don't know. And of course, we don't know, because now we don't know. Before, if it were me, all right, if it were me, pause. If it were me, once again, I would not put this out right now. I would wait till summer, after all the players have swapped and gotten their deals and settled in. Are you going with me, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everything's kind of whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't go, whatever past that. Now, then I might puke out a roster. Or not a roster, a schedule. Do you see where I'm going with this? I don't trust it, Jack. I mean, it's just, all of a sudden, and then you look at who Auburn's playing, and you look at who Georgia's playing, and all this. And now all we're doing is basing it on, the previous year and that kind of stuff. But we don't know the previous year. We don't know who's NIL deal and where they're going to be. So, I mean, it's just, it's a professional model, and I'm not in it. If they keep going this route, I'm probably going to give it a 2 or 3, 4 more years. Now I'm going to bail. If it stays this way, I'm going to bail. I'm not going to watch anymore. I don't trust it.
Well, we got the SEC schedule, so of course that's been announced, and we got the Big Ten schedule that's been announced as well. The Big 12 conference schedule, we know who the Big 12 is playing for 2025. They set the schedule up, but they don't have the dates set up yet, which they're going to have it set up, which I would say mid to late January, and then late January will be the ACC schedule announcement, which that's usually been the model. And yeah, I mean, I like the idea of having the conference schedules announced, at the end of spring. And
Yeah, right now, I mean, I don't trust it because the way things panned out. All right, here we go. The way things panned out, Vanderbilt beat Alabama, Oklahoma beat Alabama, and you look at the schedule and stuff like that. The way it panned out, I mean, you're like, what's the rush? Okay, what's the rush? And that kind of stuff. And so, um, I don't know. I mean, and then why don't we just pan it out for the next 10 years like we used to? 10 years, that kind of stuff. And if I'm Alabama after, the playoff, I got to cancel some contracts. Notre Dame, gone. You know what I'm saying? I just don't trust it, Jack. It's a joke.
I don't. If we're going 9-3 next year, then that's like an issue. But if we're going like 10-2, 11-1, I don't think that'll be a problem. Like we go
Well, no, it's
11-1.
not a problem to teams that win. Oh, if you win, pull out 10, whatever. But what about those right there, Alabama with this year? Nobody knew because we didn't know the transfer portal and that kind of stuff with Vanderbilt, Oklahoma. I mean, those were good teams. Good teams. And we said, 6-6 SEC is going to be, 10-2, whatever, Midwest with Boise State and that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just now it's free agency. Free agency. Build a team every year. You got to build a team. Professional model.
Yeah. That's what.
How long are we going to, they've ruined tradition. There's a key word there, tradition. If you're going to knock off traditional powers, that means something. But now, all of a sudden, traditional powers hold nothing. They have nothing in the mix.
Yep. So we'll definitely wait and see what happens. Like, I'm hoping that 2025 can be a little better, which I mean maybe it will, which I think it should be. Like, but if we're not, then it's there's some conversations that need to be had. But for now, we've got a ReliaQuest Bowl to think about.